Hi guys, we're back in Roblox, and today we're playing the Escape from Minions prison mode. Ready for an adventure?
Hi, friends. Yes, this is going to be fun. Imagine a prison full of minions. Who would have thought that these little yellow creatures could be so dangerous?
So, our first step is to get out of the cell. Look, we need to crawl through the ventilation duct. Oh, it's like in prison escape movies.
Exactly. Go ahead, Labrador. You go first. You have more experience with this stuff. Aha.
All right, here we go. Oh, it's pretty tight. Hey, Dobie, remember the last time you got stuck in the vents?
Ha! Right. That was in the Escape from the Asylum mode. Hopefully, these vents are wider. And here's the first boss, a huge minion with a laser gun.
Wow, he's a serious guy. Okay, I have a plan. We need to jump on the platforms, dodge his shots, and attack him with our bazooka.
Wow, and I thought minions only love bananas. Okay, jump, shoot. Oh no, he's aiming at me.
Dobie, take care of yourself. Shoot at his legs to slow him down. Yes, like that. We've almost defeated him.
Hooray! The first boss is down. But listen, what's that sound? It looks like we have trouble ahead. Another boss, Mega Minion with a shield and hammer.
Right, he looks tough. We need to be smart. Let's try to trick him and hit his weak spots when he lifts the shield.
Good plan, attack! Oh, look, he's swinging his hammer like Thor. Ha! I hope he's not as accurate.
Come on, Dobie, dodge. He's vulnerable when he attacks. Shoot him. Yes, we did it. He's defeated.
Whew, that was intense. But we made it. Labrador, do you remember how we used to watch Despicable Me as kids? Minions were always funny, and now they're real bosses.
You watched Despicable Me? The Minions are the coolest characters ever.
These little yellow guys are always at the center of all the funny situations. Have you guys watched this movie?
Yeah, I think everyone has. So, let's tell them what's going on here. We're in the secret base of the Minions. To escape, we need to complete a tough parkour and defeat 2 minion bosses. Sounds like a real challenge.
Wow, there are so many rusty pipes and platforms, they don't look very sturdy. Labrador, be careful not to fall.
I'm trying. Oh, I always said minions are jack of all trades, but their work isn't always perfect. Aha! Here's the first challenge. We need to jump over these moving platforms.
They probably made this to slow us down. By the way, remember how in Despicable Me, the minions were always repairing and inventing things? Looks like they've been busy here too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, up ahead is our first boss, a huge minion with a laser gun. This is going to be tough.
A huge minion? Maybe he just ate too many bananas? Haha. All right, let's focus. To defeat him, we need to dodge his shots and attack back.
Hey, Dobie, remember how we met the minions a week ago? That was unforgettable.
Oh yeah, how could I forget? Did you ever expect our ice cream trip to end up with meeting those yellow guys?
Not at all. We had just left the store when we saw one minion chasing another who was rolling a giant ice cream ball down the street. They're always so funny.
Haha, exactly. And remember how they invited us to help with their latest experiment? They messed up the instructions so much that we ended up exploding a bunch of popcorn in their lab.
Oh, it was a real popcorn rain. Good thing we managed to escape before Gru showed up. He wouldn't have been pleased.
Yeah, but the minions were thrilled. They even gave us a tour of their secret base. Remember how one of them tried to show us his new gadget, the banana blaster?
Oh yeah, and how the blaster, instead of shooting bananas, started spraying banana puree all over the place. We were in a sticky nightmare.
Uh-huh. Good thing we got cleaned up when they took us to the banana bath. I still can't believe they have a separate room just for washing bananas.
Minions and their quirks. But then they showed us their new project, a giant cleaning robot. That was something.
Yes, but the minions forgot to set it up properly, and it started chasing us with a giant mop. Good thing we managed to turn it off before it turned everything into chaos.
But the funniest part was when we decided to race on their little yellow cars. These cars look so cute, but driving them is a real challenge.
Haha, yeah, especially when they decided to turn on all the obstacles and traps. I still can't believe we made it through the Ring of Fire unscathed.
That was a real adventure. And finally, remember how they surprised us with a huge cake?
Oh yeah, except instead of cream, it had a whole kilogram of banana puree. But it was fun and delicious.
Dobie, remember how it all started? The minions showed up at our office with rocket blueprints, promising that with their help, we could travel across the galaxy. When we were tasked with building a rocket for galactic exploration, we didn't expect this project to become one of the toughest challenges in our careers. This whole story began with the arrival of the minions who offered their assistance. Who would have thought that these funny yellow creatures would turn out to be such tricksters?
Of course, Labrador. They seem so friendly and enthusiastic Their plans looked incredibly detailed, and we decided it was worth a try.
We started building the rocket at our police station. The minions took on most of the work since they were real experts in mechanics and electronics. Everything went smoothly, and the rocket was ready for launch in record time.
The launch day arrived, and we all gathered at the launch pad. The minions were so excited that we didn't suspect any deception. We launched the rocket and headed into space.
The first few days of the flight were amazing. We saw incredible planets and stars. But then, as we approached the first planet, the minions suddenly changed course and locked us in a compartment.
We were shocked. It turned out the minions planned to steal all the planets and resources to create their own empire. They deceived us to use our knowledge and resources for their purposes.
We had to come up with a plan quickly. We knew we had to stop them and regain control of the rocket. We began looking for weaknesses in the security system that could help us escape.
After several hours of intense work, we managed to hack the system and disable the locks. We broke out of the compartment and confronted the minions in the control center.
It was an epic battle. The minions used all their tricks and gadgets to stop us. But Dobie and I were stronger and smarter. We managed to take control of the rocket and set course back to Earth.
When we returned to Earth, we reported the minions' betrayal and their plans to steal planets. The minions were arrested and sent to prison for further investigation.
This experience taught us to be cautious and not trust everyone blindly. But most importantly, we were able to protect our world and our galaxy from danger once again.
Yes, Labrador, we did an important job. Now we know that even in need to stay vigilant, and who knows what other adventures await us in the future.
Dobie, remember how it all started? We were called to the city because the minions were causing chaos everywhere. When Dobie and I were tasked with investigating the criminal activities of the minions, we never expected that we would eventually meet their leader, Gru. Our goal was not only to stop the minions, but also to try to understand what drives Gru to behave the way he does.
Of course, Labrador. They were stealing, creating havoc, and disturbing everyone's peace. We quickly realized that someone more cunning and smart was behind all this.
We began our investigation and soon discovered Gru, who was the king of all minions. We were warned that he was very dangerous, but we decided to approach this case differently.
Yes, instead of arresting him right away, we decided to try talking to him. It was important to understand why he became like this, and if it was possible to reform him.
We went to his lair, and to our surprise, Gru wasn't all that bad. He was gruff, but in his eyes we could see weariness and disappointment.
It turned out that Gru was a genius who had simply lost faith in people due to past betrayals and disappointments. The minions had become a kind of family for him, one he never had.
We started meeting with him more often, trying to show him that not all people are bad. We told him stories about our childhood, about how important it is to have real friends.
One day we invited him to a picnic. It was an ordinary day, but for Gru, it became something new and special. We played games, laughed, and just enjoyed the time together.
Gradually, Gru began to change. He became more open and kind. The minions, seeing the change in their leader, also started behaving better.
Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were moments when Gru relapsed and became the old Gru again. But we didn't give up and continued to support him.
Eventually, Gru completely changed. He even started helping us with investigations and, along with the minions, began protecting the city from criminals.
It was a long and difficult journey, but we managed to turn Gru from an evil genius into a kind and caring person. He became our friend and ally.
We proved that everyone deserves a second chance. And with friendship and support, even the most hardened villains can change.
Yes, Labrador. And now our city is safer and happier, thanks to our new friend Gru and his minions.
After that tough parkour, we have to face the boss. Yeah, Labrador, especially with those yellow walls and giant bananas trying to knock us down. Who do you think came up with these traps? Must be some super brainy minion. They probably thought regular prisons were too boring.
Oh, it looks like this is the real boss. And we only have a bazooka to take him down. Labrador, are you ready?
Of course, I'm always ready for these adventures. Let's keep shooting at him before he turns us into banana salad.
Haha, banana salad. All right, Mega Minion Boss, take this.
Watch out for his attacks. He's throwing huge banana bombs.
Whoa, these bombs are definitely not from the store. Listen, we only have a few shots left. Aim carefully.
Absolutely. Hey, Dobie, Remember the last time we tried to escape from Nanny Betty? I think that was even harder.
Oh, for sure. But that's a story for another time. All right, guys. See you next time in the world of Roblox.
Hello, dear friends. As you can see, we are at school, which means today we will be escaping from Mr. Stinky.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. But first, we need to get out of the classroom. Crazy Mr. Stinky has hung our photo on the board and written that we're noobs. We need to prove him wrong.
We'll gladly do that. I think we'll manage it easily since we're real sheriffs. Let's activate the fire alarm and escape before anyone comes.
Sheriff Labrador, we have many tough challenges ahead, but we need to save our strength for the final boss battle.
Oops, it turns out he was very close the whole time. Looks like stealth isn't an option. Run!
He's looking at us so terrifyingly, with such a beastly smile. He's about to catch up with us. We need to speed up.
Did it seem like he pushed us with his belly? Maybe he's just trying to scare us or play with us. He probably just wants to see how we handle his challenges.
Ha ha ha! Why did he fall asleep? All right, better not take any chances.
Looks like someone before us tried to escape and stepped into this strange green liquid. I hope it's not snot.
Better snot than acid, I suppose.
We're climbing into the ventilation. We need to hold our breath to avoid choking on the dust.
Now we're gonna do a little parkour. We all remember that you're a professional at it, so I'm sure we'll pass through it without any mistakes. Looks like he's already awake. I hope he doesn't attack us now.
Just look at how creepy it looks. Why did he drill through the wall and peek at us through a hole instead of just setting up a camera?
Brr, very spooky. Maybe he thinks this will scare us and we won't be able to continue.
He won't scare us like this. We face scarier things. We just need to ignore him and focus on reaching our goal. We need to figure out how to open the gates.
I think those two buttons should open them. The question is whether we need to press them separately or at the same time.
It would seem unfair of the developer to make a door that can only be opened together. Well, we'll find out soon when we press the second button.
How much money and time do you think went into creating all these trials? He's really crazy. Why did he need to create all this just to watch crying children?
Great! The door opened. I think he spent around $500,000 in about 6 years on all of this. But we can't say for sure because we haven't seen the other trials yet, and I'm sure they'll be even more elaborate.
Oh, I've seen this trial somewhere before. I know what's coming next.
It's possible he's conducting these trials and observing us to learn our weaknesses and defeat us in the final battle.
Good theory, but right now we need to focus on not getting hit by the laser. Listen, I don't quite understand lasers in games and how they can disintegrate things, because I've never seen such lasers in real life. Only those you can play with a cat or aim with a weapon.
Dobie, there are lasers in existence that are very powerful and used in materials processing or furniture manufacturing. Their strength allows them to cut through various objects.
Got it, thanks. Look, this guy is suggesting that we take some secret path. I'm not sure if we should listen to him or not.
Well, I think if it's a trap and we get killed there, it's not a big deal, because we'll just respawn and continue on the normal path. Plus, it's very curious to see what's there.
It looks like a giant suspended platform. Maybe we're about to have a boss battle. But why did that guy say it's a secret way?
It seems like all we can do is press this red button.
On the count of 3.
Let's go!
All right.
It seems like the button really spawned the boss. He looks like Mr. Stinky, but with legs made of sewer pipes.
And under his body, there's a large gear. What could that mean?
Maybe Mr. Stinky likes steampunk, and that's why he made a robot copy of himself. It even knows how to throw its hat. Perhaps it has artificial intelligence built in?
Given the advancement of technology, it's possible, but the problem is that Mr. Stinky is 1,000,000 years old and wouldn't have mastered such technology. However, considering how crazy he is, we can expect a lot from him.
Just a little more HP left for him. The key is not to get too close so he can't reach us with his hat.
Yes! That was a bit exhausting. He was too strong. Or maybe they gave us too weak of a weapon.
All right, what's next? We defeated him and they didn't even give us anything? What nonsense. Maybe they'll at least leave us the weapons.
Phew! I wanted to go back but accidentally jumped. No big deal. They'll respawn us now.
In the end, that guy just blatantly tricked us. He probably wanted to laugh at us failing, but something didn't go according to plan. Did you notice that the edges of these books have spikes? That's very dangerous.
And there were also some balls with spikes. They looked a lot like viruses. I hope we didn't get sick from being near them.
I think we almost ran into a spiked mace. I didn't even notice it when I was jumping.
Oh no, it's Yellow-Toothed Larissa. Grab the weapon and shoot her in the eye.
Listen, so that means she's Mrs. Stinky. Because her breath smells bad, Looks like she hasn't brushed her teeth in a long time. Fate! I hope she at least takes a shower.
And she also has terrible makeup and an ugly wart on her face. So it all makes sense now. Mr. and Mrs. Stinky are dating. Very interesting.
Hooray! The second boss is defeated. After the video, we'll need to celebrate our victories.
Sheriff Labrador, do you remember how we saved the town from the approaching tsunami?
Of course, Dobie. I remember every day of our teamwork. Sometimes before bed, I recall many of our adventures together, and it warms my heart instantly.
That's wonderful. Let's tell this story to the guys then. After a long day at work, Labrador and I finally boarded the bus heading home. We were tired, but satisfied with a job well done. Suddenly, through the bus window, we noticed the sky darkening, and the sea began to rage. Taking a closer look, we realized a tsunami was approaching our town.
Without hesitation, we jumped up and asked the driver to stop the bus. The driver, seeing our determination, complied immediately. We rushed out of the bus and ran to the nearest police station to raise the alarm.
We knew time was short. At the station, we contacted local authorities and warned them of the impending threat. All services were immediately mobilized to evacuate people from coastal areas and reinforce the dikes.
I took on the coordination of the evacuation. Alongside firefighters and rescuers, we began going door to door, warning residents and helping them quickly leave the danger zone. Meanwhile, Dobie organized barricades and directed transport for evacuating people.
The work was intense, but coordinated. The townspeople acted quickly and efficiently, following our instructions. The tsunami was already approaching as we completed the evacuation and reinforced the last dikes.
When the wave hit, we were ready. The high barricades and reinforced dikes withstood the force of the water. The town remained intact, and the residents were safe.
After the tsunami receded, we inspected the town. The damage was minimal thanks to the quick response and collective efforts of all services. The residents thanked us for our prompt action and rescue.
We returned home with the sense of having accomplished something truly significant. A saved town and the grateful faces of the residents were the best reward for our hard work.
Guys, if you enjoy our stories, be sure to write about it in the comments because we have plenty more to share.
I hope this guy won't interfere with us now.
It seems he's really getting in our way. Ugh, why did he stand up there and not move? There's no space as it is.
Let's remember another story about the cunning plan of the raccoons so we don't get too upset.
We went outside to investigate and saw strange glowing objects in the sky, resembling UFOs. These were devices disrupting the operation of electrical appliances, and their origin remained a mystery until we received a message from local residents who had seen raccoons placing something suspicious in the sewers.
We realized that raccoons, known for their cunning, had been planning this scheme for years, aiming to bring us back to the Stone Age. It posed a serious threat to our town, and we had to act quickly.
Gathering a team, we descended into the sewer pipes where we discovered and deactivated the devices disrupting electricity. It was a dangerous mission, but thanks to our unity and professionalism, we managed to succeed.
Look, we've reached some kind of cup. I think it's a trap. It can't be this easy. Someone is probably going to ambush us now.
Well, what should we do? Let's take it.
Yes, we were right. It was actually predictable. But the fact that this cup is our weapon is amazing.
How did Mr. Stinky make this robot? I wonder if it's hollow inside, but it's pure steel, so it must be very heavy. You have to be careful it doesn't fall on you, or it'll crush you flat.
It's possible it's not even a robot, but a giant suit. Maybe he's sitting inside it and controlling it.
Oh no, I didn't expect his attack to kill in one hit. It's okay though, everything's saved, and he's down to less than half HP. We'll finish him off quickly now. Let's go.
I didn't quite understand. He has another attack where he jumps. But just in case, I jump too. Maybe it's his lethal ground wave.
Yeah! Great job, Labrador. It seems that was the final boss. We can safely leave this cursed school now.
I hope they let us keep this cup. Besides reminding us of our victory and the effort we put into overcoming all the trials, it can still shoot. I would like a weapon disguised as a regular item. It could save someone's life.
And when you hold it in your hands, you run very fast. Probably because you feel pride in your victory and gain motivation.
Thank you for the support and for being a good conversation partner, Dobie. Without our teamwork, we wouldn't have made it to the end and wouldn't have been able to defeat the final boss.
Thank you too, Lab. I really enjoyed this place. Guys, If you know any other interesting Roblox places, be sure to write them in the comments so we can check them out.
Thank you guys for watching our videos all the way to the end. Well, our video is coming to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you all later.
Hello, dear friends. Today, we're going to escape from an evil dog in Roblox. It's right behind me, but it's asleep, so we're safe for now.
Hello, everyone. Ahead of us are thrilling challenges and boss battles. By the way, if you know the name of this dog, be sure to write it in the comments.
Sheriff Labrador, let's jump on his belly.
Let's do it, but we need to be ready in case he wakes up.
Don't worry about that. I think he stuffed himself and watched TV all night.
It seems we need to get to the ventilation, but there's a small parkour course. Good thing I've been practicing parkour since school.
Oh no, you broke his mom's favorite vase. It seems like he's sleeping soundly. I hope he doesn't notice the shards when he wakes up.
We'll quickly sneak through and escape.
Great, now we need to overcome this giant room.
I see some metal platforms ahead. We need to press the button.
What do you think these trials are for in this dog's house? I don't think he's the one going through them, although they would be good physical exercises, which promote health.
Wow, look, it's a zip line. I used to ride one of these when I was a kid. Maybe it's all to ensure that no one can reach him and disturb his sleep. But here we are, trying to escape from him. Why he kidnapped us is indeed strange.
Look, he has a wife and kids. Why haven't we seen them?
And on the picture on the left, his friend is depicted Talking Tom.
I have a theory that we've entered a universe of talking animals. Perhaps this is a kind of hell, because no one would like to be forced to talk, especially to say exactly what you don't want.
Exactly. And that's why he built these trials, to get as far away as possible from the fate of endless talking. Now we just need to find the others and figure out why we were kidnapped.
That's a possibility. It could be that they kidnapped us to replace them in conversations, so they can be free. Or perhaps they feed on other animals, and that gives them the ability to talk.
Or maybe they're just a little bit crazy.
This option is worth considering too. Let's focus on getting out of here and finding out what's really going on.
It looks like we need to climb into the ventilation system. This is the transition to the next location. Hopefully we'll encounter some new characters along the way.
It seems you're right. There's Talking Tom standing there.
Oops, he fell.
Get ready to run. I don't think he has good intentions.
Have you ever seen the Tom with red eyes? He looks like he's ready to flatten us like pancakes.
It feels like he's about to shoot lasers from his eyes. What if he really can do more than just talk? We'd need some interesting superpowers for detaining suspects then.
Why did he hide around the corner? Did he think he wasn't visible?
Perhaps he's a little dumb or just sleepy and not very spatially aware.
He has such funny teeth like a child's. You know, for some reason, he seems even cute to me.
Maybe the environment is starting to affect you. I hope you won't turn into one of them right now. Did all this hypnotize you or something?
I don't even know. I hope I won't get absorbed by this atmosphere. If something's wrong, let me know.
Of course. Back in the ventilation again. We already dealt with Tom. Let's see who awaits us next.
Looks like a children's room. Maybe it belongs to Ben's kid?
You guessed it. It's a girl. I wonder what her name is, and if Ben's children are facing the same fate of constant talking like he is.
While you were talking, we fell right into her paws. Why did we get teleported back? I don't think she's as mean as Tom right now.
I think so too. If she wanted to bite us, she would have already gotten out of this grid. It has huge gaps between the bars.
Oh, so we found out her name is Lily. I don't see her brother's room here. Very strange. Is there any point in keeping them so far apart? Guys, write in the comments if you have a brother or sister, and if you share a room together.
Yeah, what if something happened to her brother, and here we are just casually talking about it? Also, perhaps this is precisely why everyone has gone mad and thinks we killed him.
Dobie, you're back to inventing theories again. It's only distracting us from the main goal. I think things aren't as bad with this place as you imagine.
It seems we've entered the central ventilation system, which provides oxygen to the entire complex. We could leave a surprise here.
Let's tell the guys the story of how you and I saved the city from the animal pirates instead. This story began when rumors started circulating in the city about strange events. Animals began behaving unusually, as if under the influence of something invisible.
Many of them fell into a strange trance, and some even disappeared without a trace. Labrador and I began an investigation, and soon discovered that behind all this were animal pirates who were planning to take over our city.
Our suspicions were confirmed when we discovered that the animal pirates had struck a deal with a company from another city to help them create a device capable of controlling the minds of those around them.
These pirates were cunning and well prepared, with a clear plan. and the backing of another company made their threat even more serious. We realized that if we didn't stop them, our city would fall into their hands.
The local scientist helped us determine that their device emitted a sound at a frequency inaudible to animals, but capable of inducing hypnosis and controlling them. We realized that standard methods of fighting crime wouldn't work in this case. So, we decided to create a device capable of absorbing sounds at a frequency that regular animals couldn't hear, and that could help us locate and destroy the enemy's device.
Creating this device was challenging, but we collaborated with the scientists to overcome the task. When we finally completed it, we set out to search for the pirate device, which was hidden somewhere in the city.
We roamed all the streets and alleys listening to the surrounding sounds until we finally noticed a strange signal that our sound-absorbing device picked up.
Oh no! Looks like he woke up and saw that we escaped. We headed toward the source of the signal and discovered the pirate device hidden in the basement of one of the abandoned buildings. We quickly dealt with the pirates' guards and destroyed their device. Thanks to this, the city was saved from capture, and the residents could sleep peacefully.
Yeah, we were awarded the Order of Bravery and even featured in the news. How I love my job. And you?
I also love my job very much. Being a sheriff is very exciting. Every day we face many trials and adventures, which gives rise to more and more new stories. It seems like even a whole lifetime wouldn't be enough to tell you all of them.
Ouch! The ventilation grill collapsed under our weight and we're tumbling down.
In real life, falling like that would hurt. Your tumbling down reminded me of how I went sledding down a snowy hill during my winter vacation. It was a lot of fun.
I also plan to fly to a snowy country for my next vacation and thoroughly enjoy the beauty of nature and the cozy atmosphere.
And in the meantime, we've reached another parkour section, but this time someone has set up trampolines for us. That's very kind of them. Without the trampolines, I don't know how we would have climbed so high.
Just a little more and we'll reach that button. I can't wait to face the main boss of this map. I think it will be Talking Angela since we haven't seen her yet.
I think it will be Talking Ginger, because I haven't seen a female main boss yet, and we also haven't encountered Ginger yet.
What kind of nuclear reactor does he have in his complex and why does he need it? I hope he doesn't plan to destroy all living things.
You know, Labrador, sometimes I wonder how we both ended up on this path. I wonder what led us to choose the profession of sheriff.
Yes, Dobie, that's indeed an interesting question. I remember being fascinated by stories of heroes protecting their towns and loved ones since childhood. Especially inspiring were the tales from my grandfather, who served as a sheriff in his town. How about you? How did you come to this choice?
For me, it all began when I was a teenager. I always loved helping people and felt a desire to do something meaningful. One day, I met a sheriff who came to our school to talk about his work. I was so impressed by his stories of protecting people and maintaining order that I immediately realized, this is my calling. Remember our first operation together? We didn't know each other that well back then, but even then, we felt like we could rely on each other.
Yes, it was a test of endurance and we passed it. But you know, Dobie, I think being a sheriff is not just about skills and abilities. It's also about the desire to serve your community, to be part of something greater.
Well said, Labrador. We chose this profession because we wanted to protect and assist. Every day, we reaffirm our choice by seeing how our work makes the world a bit better and safer.
So, here we are, at this moment. We've reached the door behind which the main boss of this map awaits, and we were wrong about the main boss. It's actually the giant robot, Ben.
Let's shoot him right in the teeth.
I'll try shooting at his legs. Maybe that's his weak spot and he'll fall down.
What a coward Ben is. He didn't even bother to put up a fight at the end, and just opted to make a giant combat robot.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's sitting in his chair right now, either asleep or watching TV with a mug of coffee in hand.
I hope it's not something stronger than coffee, and he's probably watching some football while we're here sweating. That's not fair.
Hooray! Congratulations to us. Leave us some congratulations in the comments. And now it's time for us to leave this crazy house of talking animals.
Hold on, but aren't we also talking animals? Maybe it's related to our abduction. They wanted us to be part of the app about talking animals too. Guys, would you play such a game?
You're back with your scary theories again. Look, our motorcycle won't start. It would be funny if it ran out of gas.
Guys, it's time for us to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed our escape from the talking animals.
Yes, don't forget to leave comments, like, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Also, check out our other videos and let us know what else you'd like to see us play.
Looks like duty calls. Off we go to another adventure.
What's happening again? I hope it's not an attack by the giant robot Ginger.
No, Angela. Goodbye.
Hello, dear friends. Today we are going to try to escape from Catnap Berry's prison.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. On our way, we will face challenging yet exciting obstacles. We will also have to fight the main boss of this prison. So, let's get started.
First, we need to escape from the cell through the ventilation system. Luckily, our police station is much more secure and well-planned.
I agree. If our station wasn't so modern and secure, the number of escapes would increase significantly, and it would be much harder to catch criminals.
It looks like we need to press this button to activate the parkour. I can't even imagine why they would build a parkour course in the prison's ventilation system.
Maybe it's all designed to give the smartest prisoners a chance to escape, and at the end, they get an invitation to work at a government scientific lab.
Quick, press the button and go around him. Considering how chubby he is, he'll never catch us. So, where were we? I'd lean more towards the theory that this was all built by Mr. Beast, and he's filming another massive video involving lots of people and animals. Although we don't seem to remember how we got here.
Great, we got away from the pot-bellied police officer, but that wasn't too difficult.
Better not celebrate too early, or we might slip on the pipe and land right back in his paws.
We go back into the ventilation shaft. Hopefully Freddy doesn't jump out from around the corner.
Oops, we ended up in the men's restroom. Let's try not to get into an awkward situation.
Someone didn't flush the toilet. Guys, make sure to flush after yourselves.
Oh, a hidden tunnel in the restroom. Great, grab the shovel and let's put our natural instincts to use.
Main thing is not to dig like this in Minecraft.
Well, we didn't fall into lava, lucky us, but ahead I see a parkour course that looks very unsafe.
Sheriff Labrador, I think this will be a very easy parkour for you, since we all know you're a natural-born parkourist.
It's true, Dobie. Thank you for believing in me, but I wasn't born a natural parkourist. I learned it through hard work and dedication back when I was in school. I've already shared this story in detail in another one of our videos. If you haven't heard about it, make sure to check out our other videos. It's a really interesting story.
Did you see? Looks like a giant boulder rolled down there. We need to be more careful.
I understand. Looks like a boulder is rolling towards us right now. There are spots here not by accident to dodge it.
Got it. We're almost there. This is the last time.
I kind of like this place. There are cool fountain waterfalls here. I'm sure it's very hot outside this location.
Right now, I just feel the horror of this place. We're currently in a cave beneath the prison.
I wonder where we're heading up to. I think one of the mini-bosses is waiting nearby. We've come quite far from our prison cell.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to encounter Dog Day 2. Let's hide in that room.
It seems we need to press this lever to open the gates.
Oh no, he caught us. I hope we won't have to start everything over again.
No, the gates are open, so everything is saved and we can proceed further.
He's faster than us. I hope he doesn't catch up to us now.
Dobie, remember that game we played last summer? The one where we investigated a series of robberies in the megacity?
Of course, Lab. It was incredibly exciting. We felt like real detectives, and every time we managed to solve the next crime, it felt heroic.
Exactly. Remember when we caught that bandit hiding in the dark alleys? It was a real challenge, but thanks to our teamwork, we pulled through.
Cop games have always been our favorites. We can really get into character and act like true, law-abiding crime fighters.
Plus, these games help us not only have fun, but also improve our teamwork. We learn to trust each other, coordinate actions, and make quick decisions in tough situations.
And it's a great way to unwind after a stressful day on duty. We can relax, forget about daily worries, and dive into an exciting gaming world.
And let's not forget how we sometimes hilariously react to funny situations in the game. I'll never forget the time you almost got stuck in a window trying to catch a thief.
Well, Lab, I can't wait for us to meet up again tonight and embark on a new adventure. As a team, we can solve any puzzle and keep the city safe.
Absolutely, Dobie. Together, we're unstoppable.
It seems we need to go up into the ventilation. We'll need a ladder. I think it's in the storeroom.
Exactly. Good guess. I remembered a story about how we saved our planet and even became astronauts for it. It was a quiet evening when a strange signal came through the radio in our cozy town on Earth. Dobie and I immediately sensed something was wrong. The voice of an engineer from the Space Center informed us of a terrible threat. The moon had veered off its orbit and was heading towards Earth.
We exchanged looks and without hesitation made a decision. We had to take action. The next few days were spent in intensive astronaut training courses. Who would have thought that ordinary sheriffs like us would be tasked with saving the planet in space?
Meanwhile, our engineers weren't sitting idle. They developed a special device, a powerful rocket engine that could be installed on the surface of the moon to alter its trajectory.
Finally, launch day arrived. We donned specially made spacesuits and, together with a team of specialists, lifted off towards the moon. At that moment, I felt like part of something extraordinary. Our mission to save humanity.
After a difficult and tense flight, we successfully landed on the moon. Our paws trembled with excitement as we began to install the rocket engine. This was our chance to avert disaster.
With each passing minute, our confidence grew. Carefully, we activated the engine and began to adjust the moon's orbit. The strength of our unity and determination was our greatest weapon in this incredible situation.
Finally, the mission was accomplished. Dobie and I left the moon on a new trajectory that no longer posed a threat to Earth.
Meanwhile, Labrador, you and I have turned 3 valves and are already rushing to the next challenge.
Crawling through the vents again. There are too many of them on this map. I'm tired of them already.
I understand how you feel, but hang in there just a little bit longer. I can already sense that the next boss is close.
Dobie, do you know which game all these characters we're encountering in this place are from?
Of course I know, Lab. What a question. It's not a game, but the amazing Digital Circus series. I'm eagerly awaiting the next episode. But one thing puzzles me. I don't recall Catnap and Dog Day being there. It seems the creator of this place decided to merge several universes into one, which makes it so interesting to meet characters from different games in one place.
Wow, where did we fall? Are we right at the boss already?
It looks like you're right, Labrador. Oh no, he spotted us. Quick, grab the food Zuka and blast him in the face.
In principle, we're faster than him, so he won't cause us any trouble.
Let's make him swallow this pineapple. He deserves it.
Interesting idea. If this bazooka had an infinite supply of food, that would indeed be very convenient. It could be used not only for defense, but also as a food creator for the whole day. A great cost-saving measure.
Yeah, it would be great if you could choose the food it shoots. I would always go for chips. Too bad they're bad for your health.
His HP is already very low. We almost got him.
Let's do this.
Hooray! We did it. Great job, Dobie.
Oh, why is he so scary?
It's interesting how he exploded. We flew several dozen meters away. Honestly, I even felt a little sorry for him, as he was so slow and helpless.
But that's just a diversion to make us relax and not handle the final boss. So let's gather all our strength and move forward to the next challenge.
It's a pity we didn't bring the sled. You're right. Let's not pay attention to it. It was just another challenge.
Let's tell the guys another amazing story to keep ourselves entertained on the way to the final boss. It was an ordinary day when we received an unexpected call at our station. On the other end of the line was a little turtle boy who was crying and pleading for help. He was lost in the sewer and couldn't find his way out. Labrador and I quickly gathered our gear and set out to rescue him.
As we navigated through the dark tunnels, we encountered some angry crocodiles. They clearly weren't happy to see us, but instead of fighting, we decided to try negotiating.
I stepped forward and explained the situation. The leader of the crocodiles, old and wise, listened to us and decided to help. He warned us about the dangers, but allowed us to pass.
We found the little turtle boy, trembling with fear, and guided him to the surface. The crocodiles kept their word and didn't harm us.
That story really warmed my heart. But you know what, Labrador? I can already feel that we're about to face the final boss. Are you ready for it?
Of course, Dobie. We're sheriffs. We're always ready for this.
Something I don't see the food Zuka in the inventory. I hope we get a weapon.
And here he is. Well, hello, Barry Catnap. It's time to battle you.
Catch this banana.
Dobie, it looks like we need to shoot not food into his mouth, but at his weapons. His minigun hands. I think they'll explode and trigger a chain reaction, causing the robot to explode.
Not a bad theory, Lab. Let's put it to the test.
Let's start shooting at the right hand, or rather, from his perspective, the left hand.
We're doing really well. One arm is already damaged.
By the way, while we're shooting at his arms and his HP is decreasing, it does mean that my theory is correct and we're doing everything right.
Victory is close. Half of the HP of the second arm is gone too. Let's push harder.
I'm getting tired already, to be honest. I wish they could give us a more powerful weapon.
Yeah, we did it! I hope we won't get thrown a kilometer away this time.
Another place completed in Roblox. Thanks, Dobie, for your help.
Thank you too. It was an unforgettable adventure. Let's get out of this cursed prison as soon as possible.
We just need to get into this truck, and then we'll accomplish our goal. That means it's time to finish. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed our escape today, be sure to comment on who else we should escape from. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
See you soon.
Greetings to everyone on our channel, friends. This is Sheriff Labrador back with you again, along with my trusty partner, Sheriff Dobie. Today we have something special for you. We are diving into the terrifyingly exciting Roblox mode called Escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria.
Hello, everyone. Imagine this. You're trapped in an abandoned pizzeria where danger lurks around every corner. The main goal is to escape from this grim place, but be careful. A creepy chef, Papa Pizza, is hot on your heels, cooking his horrifying pizzas out of human parts. Yes, you heard that right. This will be a true test of agility and wits.
Dobie, tell everyone what they have to overcome.
Oh yes, guys. This will be a real challenge. You will need to solve puzzles, avoid traps, and run as fast as you can to avoid falling into the hands of this insane chef. But don't worry, Labrador and I will be there to help you every step of the way.
So, are you ready for this incredible adventure? Then make yourselves comfortable, brace your nerves, and let's see if we can escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria together.
Oh no, Labrador, where's the light? I think Papa Pizza is chasing us. Hide, Labrador! We need to act quickly and precisely because Papa Pizza is right on our heels.
Oh, guys, he's right behind us. Do you see those scary eyes and that creepy apron? Papa Pizza is making his horrific pizzas, and he wants to add us to the menu. We need to find an exit immediately.
Exactly, Labrador. Listen carefully, guys. To save ourselves, we need to find a hole in the floor and jump into it. It's our only chance to escape this crazy chef. Let's move quickly. Time is running out.
Excellent. We did it, guys. We're safe. This time. But stay alert. There are always new challenges in this game. Thanks for being with us, and see you in the next adventure.
Whew, that was creepy, but we made it. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and let us know in the comments which modes you'd like to see next time.
We are now in, yes, the stinky sewers. Oh, what a terrible stench here. But we have no choice, guys, to get out of here. We need to climb up through the hatch. The problem is that waiting for us above is none other than the evil Papa Pizza.
Exactly, Labrador. The hatch leads straight into the bathroom, and Papa Pizza is already there, ready to grab us. But we have a plan. First, we need to find the hatch and carefully climb up, and then we'll try to outsmart him.
Do you see ahead? There should be a hatch. Be careful and watch every step to avoid traps. Dobie, do you think we can outsmart Papa Pizza?
Of course, Labrador. We need to be smarter and faster. Guys, as soon as we climb up through the hatch, be ready to react quickly. We need to immediately figure out how to bypass Papa Pizza and escape.
All right, Dobie, let's give it a try. There's the hatch. I see it. Is everyone ready? Let's climb up. Carefully. Quietly. That's it. We're almost there.
Oh no, he's here. Run, guys, faster. We need to find a way out of this bathroom and bypass Papa Pizza. Labrador, where to next?
We made it through that scary web. But how did Papa Pizza even become Papa Spider? Ouch! We stepped on a spike. We'll have to start over from the beginning.
We're currently navigating a trap with spikes, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught in them.
Yes, Dobie, this is definitely not the place you want to get stuck. Watch your step, guys, and move away from these ominous spikes. We can do this together. Stick together.
After this trap, we'll face another challenge. We have to navigate a parkour across old pipes that could collapse at any moment. Be careful, guys, and help each other out.
Don't doubt it, we'll do this together. Hold hands and move forward. Nothing will stop us in this deadly race against time.
By the way, Labrador, do you remember that time when we tackled this mode as part of a 6-person sheriff squad?
Of course I remember. It was an exciting adventure. We fought against the clock, solved puzzles, and supported each other every step of the way. And remember what we promised to the one who would complete the level first?
Yes, we promised a prize and the trophy for the best sheriff. But you know, in the end, we all made it together and shared that victory.
Exactly, Dobie. It's important to remember that strength lies in unity. We can achieve great heights when we're together. So stick together, friends, and together we can overcome all obstacles.
We just escaped from the pizzeria with the terrifying chef. Phew, that wasn't easy. We're currently in a room with lasers, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught by them.
Yes, Dobby, these lasers can be a real trap, but we'll manage, because we've already been through a lot. Let's move together and help each other out.
After this room, we'll face another challenge. We'll have to get into the freezer of this pizzeria and find a way out from there. But be careful, guys. There might be hidden dangers there.
Don't worry, we'll be together and help each other overcome any difficulties. Let's move forward and defeat this horror.
Also, Labrador, remember that time when we responded to a call from a school kid? He said the ice cream man was poisoning everyone through his ice cream and demanding huge amounts of money for the antidote.
Of course I remember. It was a real challenge for us, but thanks to our unity and teamwork, we were able to save everyone from this madness. It's important to remember that when we're together, we're strong.
Exactly, Labrador. Let's apply this principle in this game, too. Together, we'll overcome all obstacles. Be sure of it, guys.
By all means, we're ready for it. We received a call to the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It was one of the most memorable cases in our sheriff career.
Yes, Labrador. That day was a real trial for us. The head security guard of the pizzeria called us, and his face was pale with horror. He said he saw on camera how Freddy Fazbear started moving, which was very strange, considering that he usually stands still.
Dobby and I immediately assembled our team and headed to the scene. Upon arrival, we were prepared for anything. Our task was to evacuate everyone from the pizzeria and keep an eye on Freddy Fazbear to prevent any danger.
When we entered the pizzeria, we felt a strange atmosphere. The air was filled with tension, and we knew something was wrong. We started evacuating the visitors and staff, reassuring them that it was just a precaution.
But when everyone was safe, our team began monitoring Freddy Fazbear. He started moving, leaving his usual place, which made us remain constantly vigilant. We watched him, ready to intervene at any moment.
Finally, Freddy Fazbear returned to his place, and we were able to relax. That day showed us how important it is to be prepared for any situation, even the most unexpected. Thanks to our team and actions in the critical moment, we were able to prevent anything.
Exactly, Dobby. It was a real challenge, but we made it. We had an amazing story that happened yesterday. Both I and my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie, suddenly found ourselves drawn into an incredible adventure that began right at our home.
Yes, Labrador, yesterday was a real climax. Both of us, tired after a hard day's work, went to bed, unaware of what awaited us. But our peace was suddenly interrupted by a strange light and the hum of UFO engines outside the window.
We both woke up from this strange sound and looked out the window to see what was happening. And what did we see? Hovering above our houses was a huge UFO, like something out of alien movies.
It was scary and exciting at the same time. But before we could do anything, we were both taken on this UFO. Before us was an incredible sight. We found ourselves inside the alien spaceship.
And that's when our real adventure began. The aliens made us go through various trials and puzzles to escape from this ship. It was like we were in a real escape Papa Pizza's pizzeria mode, only with aliens instead of a pizzeria.
Labrador and I worked together to overcome all the trials the aliens threw at us. Thanks to our unity and ingenuity, we managed to find a way out of this cosmic labyrinth and return home.
And when we found ourselves back on Earth, we felt like true heroes. It was one of the most incredible days of our lives, which we'll never forget. You never know what might happen, friends, so be prepared for anything.
Yes, we've gone through all the trials Papa Pizza threw at us, and it seemed like we were close to freedom. All that was left was to climb to the top of this sewer and escape from this cursed building. But, oh no, just when we thought our mission was almost complete, another trial awaits us ahead. A scary forest where Papa Pizza awaits us, ready to catch us and turn us into his next pizza topping.
This truly sounds terrifying, Dobby, but we have no choice but to gather all our strength and act together. We've overcome many dangers, and this forest won't be an exception.
Absolutely, Labrador. We must remain resolute and not let fear overcome us. Forward, friends. Together, we can overcome any obstacles and reach the end of this adventure.
Yes, Dobby, you're right. Let's go, guys. Stick together, follow us, and be prepared for anything. We'll meet Papa Pizza and show him that sheriffs don't give up so easily.
All that's left is to climb onto these boxes, and yes, we managed to escape from the evil Papa Pizza. Labrador, how did you manage to get through this dark forest maze? I was really scared when I saw him coming after us. Did you hear? When we jumped over the fence, he cried. I even felt sorry for him. How will he cook pizzas now?
Do you feel sorry for him? Remember what he makes his pizzas from. I think now he realizes that pizza should be made from simple ingredients, not from humans. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.
Yes, you're right. Goodbye, everyone. Hello, dear friends. Today, we're going to escape from an evil dog in Roblox. It's right behind me, but it's asleep, so we're safe for now.
Hello, everyone. Ahead of us are thrilling challenges and boss battles. By the way, if you know the name of this dog, be sure to write it in the comments.
Sheriff Labrador, let's jump on his belly.
Let's do it, but we need to be ready in case he wakes up.
Don't worry about that. I think he stuffed himself and watched TV all night.
It seems we need to get to the ventilation, but there's a small parkour course. Good thing I've been practicing parkour since school.
Oh no, you broke his mom's favorite vase. It seems like he's sleeping soundly. I hope he doesn't notice the shards when he wakes up.
We'll quickly sneak through and escape.
Great, now we need to overcome this giant room.
I see some metal platforms ahead. We need to press the button.
What do you think these trials are for in this dog's house? I don't think he's the one going through them, although they would be good physical exercises, which promote health.
Wow, look, it's a zip line. I used to ride one of these when I was a kid. Maybe it's all to ensure that no one can reach him and disturb his sleep. But here we are, trying to escape from him. Why he kidnapped us is indeed strange.
Look, he has a wife and kids. Why haven't we seen them?
And on the picture on the left, his friend is depicted Talking Tom.
I have a theory that we've entered a universe of talking animals. Perhaps this is a kind of hell, because no one would like to be forced to talk, especially to say exactly what you don't want.
Exactly. And that's why he built these trials, to get as far away as possible from the fate of endless talking. Now we just need to find the others and figure out why we were kidnapped.
That's a possibility. It could be that they kidnapped us to replace them in conversations, so they can be free. Or perhaps they feed on other animals, and that gives them the ability to talk.
Or maybe they're just a little bit crazy.
This option is worth considering too. Let's focus on getting out of here and finding out what's really going on.
It looks like we need to climb into the ventilation system. This is the transition to the next location. Hopefully we'll encounter some new characters along the way.
It seems you're right. There's Talking Tom standing there.
Oops, he fell.
Get ready to run. I don't think he has good intentions.
Have you ever seen the Tom with red eyes? He looks like he's ready to flatten us like pancakes.
It feels like he's about to shoot lasers from his eyes. What if he really can do more than just talk? We'd need some interesting superpowers for detaining suspects then.
Why did he hide around the corner? Did he think he wasn't visible?
Perhaps he's a little dumb or just sleepy and not very spatially aware.
He has such funny teeth like a child's. You know, for some reason, he seems even cute to me.
Maybe the environment is starting to affect you. I hope you won't turn into one of them right now. Did all this hypnotize you or something?
I don't even know. I hope I won't get absorbed by this atmosphere. If something's wrong, let me know.
Of course. Back in the ventilation again. We already dealt with Tom. Let's see who awaits us next.
Looks like a children's room. Maybe it belongs to Ben's kid?
You guessed it. It's a girl. I wonder what her name is, and if Ben's children are facing the same fate of constant talking like he is.
While you were talking, we fell right into her paws. Why did we get teleported back? I don't think she's as mean as Tom right now.
I think so too. If she wanted to bite us, she would have already gotten out of this grid. It has huge gaps between the bars.
Oh, so we found out her name is Lily. I don't see her brother's room here. Very strange. Is there any point in keeping them so far apart? Guys, write in the comments if you have a brother or sister, and if you share a room together.
Yeah, what if something happened to her brother, and here we are just casually talking about it? Also, perhaps this is precisely why everyone has gone mad and thinks we killed him.
Dobie, you're back to inventing theories again. It's only distracting us from the main goal. I think things aren't as bad with this place as you imagine.
It seems we've entered the central ventilation system, which provides oxygen to the entire complex. We could leave a surprise here.
Let's tell the guys the story of how you and I saved the city from the animal pirates instead. This story began when rumors started circulating in the city about strange events. Animals began behaving unusually, as if under the influence of something invisible.
Many of them fell into a strange trance, and some even disappeared without a trace. Labrador and I began an investigation, and soon discovered that behind all this were animal pirates who were planning to take over our city.
Our suspicions were confirmed when we discovered that the animal pirates had struck a deal with a company from another city to help them create a device capable of controlling the minds of those around them.
These pirates were cunning and well prepared, with a clear plan, and the backing of another company made their threat even more serious. We realized that if we didn't stop them, our city would fall into their hands.
The local scientist helped us determine that their device emitted a sound at a frequency inaudible to animals, but capable of inducing hypnosis and controlling them. We realized that standard methods of fighting crime wouldn't work in this case. So, we decided to create a device capable of absorbing sounds at a frequency that regular animals couldn't hear, and that could help us locate and destroy the enemy's device.
Creating this device was challenging, but we collaborated with the scientists to overcome the task. When we finally completed it, we set out to search for the pirate device, which was hidden somewhere in the city.
We roamed all the streets and alleys listening to the surrounding sounds until we finally noticed a strange signal that our sound-absorbing device picked up.
Oh no! Looks like he woke up and saw that we escaped. We headed toward the source of the signal and discovered the pirate device hidden in the basement of one of the abandoned buildings. We quickly dealt with the pirates' guards and destroyed their device. Thanks to this, the city was saved from capture, and the residents could sleep peacefully.
Yeah, we were awarded the Order of Bravery and even featured in the news. How I love my job. And you?
I also love my job very much. Being a sheriff is very exciting. Every day we face many trials and adventures, which gives rise to more and more new stories. It seems like even a whole lifetime wouldn't be enough to tell you all of them.
Ouch! The ventilation grill collapsed under our weight, and we're tumbling down.
In real life, falling like that would hurt. Your tumbling down reminded me of how I went sledding down a snowy hill during my winter vacation. It was a lot of fun.
I also plan to fly to a snowy country for my next vacation and thoroughly enjoy the beauty of nature and the cozy atmosphere.
And in the meantime, we've reached another parkour section. But this time someone has set up trampolines for us. That's very kind of them. Without the trampolines, I don't know how we would have climbed so high.
Just a little more, and we'll reach that button. I can't wait to face the main boss of this map. I think it will be Talking Angela since we haven't seen her yet.
I think it will be Talking Ginger, because I haven't seen a female main boss yet, and we also haven't encountered Ginger yet.
What kind of nuclear reactor does he have in his complex, and why does he need it? I hope he doesn't plan to destroy all living things.
You know, Labrador, sometimes I wonder how we both ended up on this path. I wonder what led us to choose the profession of sheriff.
Yes, Dobie, that's indeed an interesting question. I remember being fascinated by stories of heroes protecting their towns and loved ones since childhood. Especially inspiring were the tales from my grandfather, who served as a sheriff in his town. How about you? How did you come to this choice?
For me, it all began when I was a teenager. I always loved helping people and felt a desire to do something meaningful. One day, I met a sheriff who came to our school to talk about his work. I was so impressed by his stories of protecting people and maintaining order that I immediately realized, this is my calling. Remember our first operation together? We didn't know each other that well back then, but even then, we felt like we could rely on each other.
Yes, it was a test of endurance and we passed it. But you know, Dobie, I think being a sheriff is not just about skills and abilities. It's also about the desire to serve your community, to be part of something greater.
Well said, Labrador. We chose this profession because we wanted to protect and assist. Every day, we reaffirm our choice by seeing how our work makes the world a bit better and safer.
So, here we are, at this moment. We've reached the door behind which the main boss of this map awaits, and we were wrong about the main boss. It's actually the giant robot, Ben.
Let's shoot him right in the teeth.
I'll try shooting at his legs. Maybe that's his weak spot and he'll fall down.
What a coward Ben is. He didn't even bother to put up a fight at the end, and just opted to make a giant combat robot.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's sitting in his chair right now, either asleep or watching TV with a mug of coffee in hand.
I hope it's not something stronger than coffee, and he's probably watching some football while we're here sweating. That's not fair.
Hooray! Congratulations to us. Leave us some congratulations in the comments. And now it's time for us to leave this crazy house of talking animals.
Hold on, but aren't we also talking animals? Maybe it's related to our abduction. They wanted us to be part of the app about talking animals too. Guys, would you play such a game?
You're back with your scary theories again. Look, our motorcycle won't start. It would be funny if it ran out of gas.
Guys, it's time for us to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed our escape from the talking animals.
Yes, don't forget to leave comments, like, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Also, check out our other videos and let us know what else you'd like to see us play.
Looks like duty calls. Off we go to another adventure.
What's happening again? I hope it's not an attack by the giant robot Ginger.
No, Angela. Goodbye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. Today, we will be escaping from the evil pot-bellied grandpa.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Sheriff Labrador, we better keep it down in case he wakes up and whacks us with his cane.
Stupid Dobie, you're yelling louder than me. Look, here's my photo. I'm afraid to think what he did with it.
What are you thinking, Labrador? I think he just printed it out to remember your face. Let's go before dinner time comes and he wakes up.
Let's just jump on his belly instead. You're scared of Dobie again. What can he do to us? His eyes even look in different directions.
Oh no, Labrador, I think we woke him up. Run!
It's okay, Dobie. That old poker is running at a snail's pace. But you'd better hurry up. You're too close to him. Don't fall behind.
I feel uneasy. My tail senses someone about to bite me from behind. The main thing is not to look back.
You're right, but we're almost there. I don't even know why that old man has so many dentures, and why doesn't he clean up the floor? It seems like he's tired of chasing us. Look at these strange photos. Why hang something like this on the wall?
We did it, Sheriff Labrador. Maybe he really loves to look at himself. Although, judging by everything, he hardly ever gets off the couch.
Look! What are those giant boogers on the fork? It doesn't look like broccoli. I hope he didn't bite into them. And there are no teeth of his fallen out inside.
If I'm honest, I adore broccoli. They taste like mushrooms mixed with sea kale. Write in the comments if you like broccoli.
What are you talking about, Dobie? Everyone hates broccoli. Let them rather write what they love to eat the most.
Everyone has different food preferences. If someone likes something that you don't, it doesn't mean that person is strange.
What? Did you see that? Why did I die? I didn't even touch him. Stupid developers. Let's just finish this. Let's calmly walk through these chattering broccoli. See the face of that old man ahead? Just go to him and don't look back.
See that guy? Why is he walking backwards? He's just distracting us. Shoo! I stopped just in time. Spinach almost hit me in the muzzle.
I thought he was really just standing there waiting for us to pass these trials. Turns out he's so crazy he built his own giant iron copy and embedded it in the wall. But even your mom's bigger than him. Ha ha ha.
Watch out not to fall into the lava, Labrador, or you'll roast your sheriff outfit. They won't clean it off like last time when a seagull pooped on you. You tripped over a stone and fell into the city fountain. Ha ha ha.
Why are you speak off the cuff, Dobie? Maybe I should remind you of when you slipped on a piece of pizza and crashed into a lamppost. We had to pay for its repair too.
Very funny. But let's not get distracted, or you'll fall again. Let's ask the guys if they would like to see a video on our channel where we both play The Floor is Lava in Roblox. Write in the comments.
Why are you standing there, you goofball? I've already passed. Let's go further. Ahead of us awaits a conveyor belt with giant falling vegetables. Watch your head.
Once again, we are next to broccoli. Maybe you'll take a bite while you're next to it. I think you'll like it.
Where did you get lost there, eating your broccoli again? We're in a hurry. Ahead of us is the room where we were at the very beginning, only now we're on top. I knew we just had to climb up to escape from him.
Sorry, they were very tempting. I couldn't resist. Look down. What's that pink stuff all over the floor? Maybe it's gum or jelly?
So, I'm Labrador, and my faithful partner is Dobie, the sheriffs of this wonderful city where something happens every day. But this day was truly special. It all started with rumors of strange experiments conducted in our city by a mad scientist. Everyone was tense, but no one expected that these experiments would lead to such a nightmare. This scientist, lost in the realms of science and madness, decided to experiment on jelly. Yes, you heard it right. On that sticky delicacy that each of us loves. He tried to improve it, making it more elastic, but alas, everything didn't go as planned. In one horrifying moment, there was an explosion that threw the scientist several meters back, and the jelly began to grow at an incredible speed. It covered everything in its path, threatening to flood our city. People ran in terror, screaming and praying for salvation. But I, Labrador, the sheriff of this city, couldn't allow this dreadful jelly to destroy everything we had built for so long. And I knew that my faithful friend Dobie was always by my side, ready to help. We moved forward. Our mission was clear: to stop this jelly at any cost. We swam through this sticky madness, my nose literally getting sucked into it, but we didn't give up. With my unmatched intellect and Dobby's nose, we found what fueled this jelly. Some strange reagent left by the scientist in his madness. We destroyed it, and the jelly began to melt, like falling snow. The city was saved. People came out on the streets again, and Dobby and I were proclaimed heroes of the day. But for us, the real reward was that we saved our beloved city from ruin. Thus ended our most incredible day, full of adventures and dangers. And, although no one will know about it firsthand, we know that we, Labrador and Dobby, the dynamic duo of canine justice, saved the world.
Amazing story, Labrador. Thanks for reminding us of it. But why did you bring a board with you? You can't slide down on it like on a sled.
I brought it for you, Dobby, in case you want to protect your pants.
Ha 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 ha! Very funny. Then let's talk about how you tore your pants when you climbed a tree to rescue a cat. The strangest thing was that the tear was in a very unexpected place. I hope the cat didn't get psychological trauma from what she saw there. Ha ha!
Let's not think about that right now. We're about to reach our main goal, to defeat that cheeky, pot-bellied old man.
Okay, Sheriff Labrador, let's focus on that. The main thing is not to repeat what happened a few minutes ago. Don't fall into the lava, ha ha! Look ahead, there are sod boards. Let me go first. I'm not as fat as you, so they won't break under me.
Look, Dobby, in the distance you can see that old man's lure, a golden prune. Strange choice. Why did he spend a lot of money on a dried fruit statue? Maybe it's because that old man himself looks like a dried fruit.
Why did that guy fall apart? He couldn't handle the upcoming challenge mentally. But I hope we'll succeed, Sheriff Labrador.
Dobby, let's finally finish this. Grab that prune and run. That way, we'll distract him with you, and I'll shoot at him with the bazooka.
Oh no, Labrador! It looks like he's hunting you instead of me. I'll try to distract him somehow.
Don't worry, he's very slow. Just make sure to dodge his big red laser. I don't want to find out how painful that is. It would be nice to have a bazooka like that. It would come in handy for major arrests. It even shoots backwards.
We're almost there. Let's push harder. I wonder how long it took him to make that giant suit and how he got inside it.
Yes, we did it. Great job. The world is saved from the crazy old man. We should celebrate, Dobby.
Hooray! Why did he just sink into the ground? Now that we're done, let me tell everyone an interesting story about how we saved the city from a virus epidemic. It all started on an ordinary morning. I went on duty with my partner, Sheriff Labrador. We noticed a sudden increase in the number of sick animals in the city. They were all complaining of weakness and fever, but no one could understand what was happening. We knew we had to act quickly, or the whole city could fall ill. I called our old friend Professor Ben, who worked in a secret laboratory outside the city. Ben had always been at the forefront of science and technology, and if anyone could help, it was him. "Hi, Dobby," said the professor. "It seems I have something that might help you. We've recently developed special visor glasses that allow you to see viruses in the environment." Labrador and I immediately went to Ben and received these amazing glasses. Putting them on, we saw our city in a completely new light. Viruses were everywhere, in the air, on surfaces, even on people and animals. "We need to find the source of the infection," said Labrador. His tail wagging with excitement, we began surveying the city, looking for clusters of viruses. The visor glasses showed that one of the abandoned houses was teeming with viruses. We cautiously entered and discovered an old laboratory where someone had apparently been conducting dangerous experiments. On a table, we found records indicating that someone had deliberately released the virus into the city. It was unthinkable. We gathered all the evidence and returned to the city to warn everyone and start cleaning the infected areas. "We need to isolate the infected and disinfect everything they might have touched," I ordered, and Labrador set out to coordinate the actions of the residents. Together with Professor Ben, we set up purification stations throughout the city. The residents, realizing the seriousness of the situation, began to help us. Labrador and I patrolled the streets, ensuring that everyone was safe. After several days of hard work, we finally managed to get the epidemic under control. The viruses disappeared, and our city became healthy and safe again. "You did a great job, Dobby," said Professor Ben, patting me on the shoulder. "Without you and Labrador, we couldn't have handled it so quickly." "It's our job," I replied modestly. looking at our beautiful city. We're always here to protect those we care about. So, with the help of new technologies and a team of friends, we were able to save our city from an invisible threat. The visor glasses became a symbol of our victory over the epidemic, reminding everyone that even ordinary law enforcers can do great things.
Great story, Dobie, but it's time to say goodbye. We still have to save the world in real life. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. If you want us to play the scariest map in Roblox, leave a comment.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hi, subscribers. It's us again, Sheriff Labrador and Sheriff Dobie.
Hi, guys. Today we're diving into the world of Roblox and playing the Escape from Benny's Restaurant mode. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any new episodes.
So, Dobie, tell our viewers what this mode is all about.
Sure, Labrador. Escape from Benny's Restaurant is a mode in Roblox where we're stuck in a creepy restaurant run by a strange chef named Benny. Benny has lost his mind and locked everyone inside. Our task is to find a way out by solving puzzles and avoiding traps.
Yeah, Benny is definitely not right in the head. Did you see him running around with that giant meat cleaver? It feels like he's making soup out of subscribers.
Oh, look, I found the first key. It fits the door to the kitchen. Hopefully there are no hot sauce traps, or worse.
Ha! Can you imagine if Benny poured a lot of Tabasco into the soup? We'd definitely become superheroes with fire-breathing powers.
Labrador, be careful. There's an oil puddle here. We don't need a slip and fall show.
Oh, thanks, Dobie. I thought it was a bonus track for skateboarders. All right, I found wire cutters. I'm going to cut the wire at the exit.
Great. Just watch out for Benny sneaking up from behind. He's a master of sudden appearances, like your grandma with unexpected treats.
Ha ha! You're right. My grandma with her cookies could compete with Benny in a culinary battle. Oh, I found a secret room with recipes. Looks like there's another key hidden here.
Benny's secret recipes? Maybe after all this, we could open our own restaurant. But first, let's escape from here.
Well, we've almost got all the keys. We just need to get out of the fridge. Hey, Dobie, this reminds me of the time we tried to make a snow fort in the freezer.
Exactly. Only back then there wasn't a giant chef with a huge knife. All right, I've opened the door. Let's go, Labrador, to freedom.
Freedom is still far away, but I hope we can handle it and defeat this evil chef.
Labrador, do you remember how we had a real adventure with that evil scientist who pretended to be a chef just a week ago?
Of course, Dobie. That was a completely crazy case. This scientist opened the Burger Ore restaurant and started feeding everyone giant burgers. At first glance, nothing unusual, but then something strange began to happen.
Yeah, the residents of our town started gaining weight rapidly. It turned out that this evil genius, Dr. Gloom, had developed special burgers that made people very fat. He wanted everyone to feel the same way he did in childhood, when he was teased for being overweight.
When we got the first call, many residents were already complaining about feeling unwell. We went to Burger Ore and immediately noticed something was off. The restaurant was full of people greedily eating enormous burgers.
I've never seen such huge burgers. They were the size of footballs, and everyone was eating them with such greed as if they had never seen food before. We knew we had to act quickly before the whole town turned into a city full of gluttons.
We started an investigation and discovered that Dr. Gloom was adding a special ingredient to his burgers that caused severe addiction and weight gain. This ingredient was the result of his scientific experiments.
We managed to infiltrate Gloom's laboratory, which was right under the restaurant. There, we found many strange machines and chemicals that he used to create his burgers.
When Gloom realized we had uncovered his plan, he tried to escape. But thanks to our efforts and the help of the town's residents, we were able to apprehend him. He tried to explain his actions by talking about his difficult childhood, but that didn't justify what he did.
We immediately organized a cleanup of the town from those burgers. All the residents received medical help, and we started developing a program to restore their health.
We had a real challenge. It all started when we received the first alarming call about strange occurrences in our town. The locals began to notice that things in their homes were mysteriously changing size.
Yes, at first it seemed like just a prank. But when someone found a giant carrot in their garden the size of a car, it became clear that something serious was going on. We started an investigation, and found that all these oddities were happening near the Magic Spoon restaurant.
We decided to go there and talk to the chef who worked there. His name was Mr. Crawford, and he was known for his unconventional approach to cooking. But what we discovered surpassed all expectations.
When we entered the restaurant, we saw that all the items were either gigantic or tiny. Tables, chairs, dishes. Everything looked like it was from a fantasy movie. Mr. Crawford greeted us with a wide smile and offered to explain how he did it.
He showed us his device, a small machine with many buttons and levers. According to him, he developed this device to diversify his cuisine, but he soon realized that he could do much more with it.
Crawford started using his device not only for cooking. He began enlarging items to impress his customers and shrinking things to make them easier to store. But soon, he started using his invention for evil purposes.
He enlarged the streetlights, which caused chaos on the roads. Then he shrank the trash bins, causing garbage to spill onto the streets. We realized we needed to stop him quickly before he did something even more terrible.
We tried to talk to him and convince him to stop, but Crawford was too fascinated by his invention. So, we decided we needed to deactivate the device. It wasn't easy because the device was well protected.
We had to come up with a plan. We distracted Crawford by asking him to show us how the device worked. While he was demonstrating its capabilities, Dobie quietly sneaked up and pulled a crucial wire from the machine.
The device stopped, and the items began returning to their normal sizes. Crawford was furious, but we managed to calm him down and explained that his invention was causing more harm than good.
We confiscated the device and sent it to a lab for study. Crawford agreed not to use his inventions for evil purposes anymore, and promised to direct his talents for the benefit of society.
This was another instance where our town was in danger, but thanks to our quick reaction and teamwork, we managed to set everything right.
Have you heard about Cookland? It's an incredible discovery. Imagine an entire planet made entirely of food.
Exactly! Planet Cookland is a true paradise for food lovers. Mountains of mashed potatoes, rivers of chocolate, and forests of broccoli. But the most amazing thing is the inhabitants of Cookland. They don't just live among food, they are chefs themselves.
Yes, they created this planet using their culinary skills and magical ingredients. Every corner of Cookland smells like something delicious. But, when we received a distress signal from there, we realized that not everything was as perfect as it seemed.
Right, Labrador. When we landed on Cookland, we immediately sensed that something was wrong. We saw giant pies cut in half and huge chunks of cheese melting under the scorching sun. It seemed the climate conditions had become unfavorable for their food.
We met the head chef of Cookland, Chef Biscuit. He explained that the planet was experiencing serious problems. Their culinary spells were losing their power, and the food that made up the planet was starting to spoil.
Chef Biscuit asked us to help find the cause of this disaster. We embarked on a journey across Cookland, trying to understand what could have disrupted the balance. Along the way, we encountered many unique creatures, such as macaroni monsters and sugar elves.
And when we reached the center of the planet, we discovered that the source of the problem was a giant caramel volcano. It had started erupting and disrupted the planet's magical balance. We needed to take urgent action.
Labrador and I teamed up with the local chefs and began working on a solution. Using magical recipes and our sheriff skills, we managed to create an antidote for the volcano. We took the freshest ingredients from across the planet and made a giant cooling cake.
The cooler worked! The volcano calmed down, and Cookland's magic began to restore itself. In gratitude, Chef Biscuit invited us to a grand feast where we tasted the most unusual dishes. Do you remember that moon cheese soup? It was something else.
Of course I remember. It was an amazing adventure and a unique experience. We helped save the planet and learned a lot about magic and cooking. Now Cookland is thriving again, and we can proudly say that we played a part in its salvation.
That was one of the strangest and creepiest adventures in our sheriff careers. Let's tell our friends what happened.
So, it all started when we decided to check out the new pizzeria Robo Pizza. We heard they had great pizza and unique shows featuring animatronic robots.
When we walked in, everything seemed pretty cute. Robots in animal costumes were singing songs and entertaining children. But when we tried to leave after the show, the doors were locked.
Right. At first, we thought it was some kind of mistake or joke, But then we noticed that the robots started acting strangely. Their eyes turned red and they stopped smiling.
I remember one of the robots, a giant bear named Freddy, came up to us and said, "You can't leave. The party isn't over yet." It was creepy.
We tried to find an exit, but the robots had blocked all the doors. We realized we needed to act quickly and find a way to disable them.
We split up to explore the pizzeria. I went to the control room and you stayed behind to distract the robots. It was risky, but we had no choice.
Yes, I remember trying to strike up a conversation with one of the robots, a huge chicken named Chica. She was telling me about pizza recipes while you were looking for a way to shut down the system.
It was a creepy adventure, but we made it through. It's important to always be on guard, even when you're just going out for pizza.
We finally finished telling our stories and completed this mode. See you in the next mode.
Hello friends, it's Sheriff Labrador and Sheriff Dobie back with you again. Today we find ourselves in one of the hottest and wettest modes in Roblox. Fire versus water, Barry's prison escape. Dobie, tell everyone how we ended up here.
Hey Labrador, hello friends. You won't believe it, but we were set up by two villains, Fireberry and Waterberry. They joined forces to lure us into their trap and lock us up in their creepy prison. This prison is no ordinary one. Fire and water are constantly trying to stop us, and every corner is full of challenges.
Yeah, they really didn't hold back on the difficulties. The first challenge began as soon as we woke up in this prison. We realized that the only way to escape was to crawl through the bed into the ventilation. But even getting there was no easy feat. The floor was scorching and the walls seemed to be breathing heat.
Once we made it into the ventilation, we faced a real parkour course. Platforms full of fire and water, jumps over chasms, and narrow corridors. The fire and water traps activated at random moments, so we had to move quickly and be extremely careful. But the challenges didn't end there.
After the ventilation, we faced a series of dangerous rooms, each designed to test our skills. In one room, the entire floor was covered in boiling water, and in another, with burning coals we had to jump across. Barry made sure that every step was a real challenge.
But the toughest moment was when we came face to face with Barry themselves. They appeared as giant fire and water statues, trying to stop us at the same time. We had to jump over fire waves and dodge water streams, all while keeping an eye on the exit.
We knew we couldn't stop for even a second. We ran as fast as we could, overcoming all the traps and obstacles. Barry did everything to stop us, but we were ready for any challenge. And finally, after hours of intense struggle, we made it to freedom.
Despite all its trials, Barry's prison couldn't stop us. We conquered all the difficulties, though there are still Barry bosses ahead. But now, Barry knows that Sheriff Dobie and Labrador can't be defeated so easily.
We're going to tell you a story that started as an ordinary day and turned into an incredible challenge for Dobie and me. Imagine this. We were framed and sent to the most dangerous and treacherous prison we've ever faced. This prison was created by Fireberry and Waterberry, the two craftiest villains we've ever encountered.
It all began when we received a message about strange disappearances in a small town nearby. People reported seeing bursts of fire and strange water whirlwinds that appeared out of nowhere and vanished just as suddenly. We decided to investigate and headed to the location.
On the way, we discussed the possibility of facing anything, but we had no idea it would be a trap. When we arrived in the town, it looked empty and abandoned. There was a tense atmosphere, as if something was wrong. We started exploring the streets and noticed strange signs. Charred spots on the ground and puddles of water that seemed to appear and evaporate.
We quickly realized this wasn't the work of ordinary criminals. We felt like someone was watching us, and then a figure appeared from around the corner. It was Fireberry. He immediately began attacking us, hurling fireballs. We managed to take cover, but knew there was something bigger behind this.
We fought off Fireberry, but then another figure appeared, Waterberry. He surrounded us with walls of water, forcing us to retreat to the center of town. These two berries weren't just allies, they worked together seamlessly to corner us.
They started talking, saying we knew too much and had gone too far. It turned out that the entire town was a trap set specifically for us. They knew we would come to investigate the disappearances and had prepared for our arrival. Suddenly, the ground beneath us gave way, and we found ourselves in some sort of dungeon. The light dimmed, and a massive door appeared in front of us, the entrance to Barry's prison.
We realized we were trapped, but it was too late to turn back. The prison was dark, and only faint lighting allowed us to see the details. There were symbols of fire and water everywhere. The walls bore the marks of many battles, and the air was filled with a sense of danger.
The first challenge began immediately. We had to find a way out of the cell, which was divided into two parts, one filled with fire and the other with water. Each corner of the room hid keys that we needed to collect to open the door. The problem was that fire and water kept switching places, creating unpredictable and dangerous conditions.
After several minutes of tense searching, we finally found all the keys and managed to open the door. But this was only the beginning. Ahead of us was a long corridor that seemed endless, filled with traps. The floor would either burn our feet or suddenly turn into a slippery ice surface.
Just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, the corridor led us to a huge arena where both Barrys were waiting for us. Fire Barry filled the arena with heat, while Water Barry covered it in ice. They had decided to deal with us personally. This was a battle for life or death. We had to be extremely cautious and use every opportunity to avoid their powerful attacks.
The fight was incredibly tough. The Barrys worked together, and every time one of them tried to strike, the other was ready to take advantage of the situation. We knew we had to separate them to have any chance of victory.
We came up with a plan to lure Fireberry into a water trap and Waterberry into a fire trap. It wasn't easy, but at one point we managed to confuse them, and they ended up in their own traps. At that moment, we had the chance to strike.
We managed to take them down, but the prison began to collapse. Water and fire merged, creating chaos around us. We had to find an exit immediately. We ran through the corridors, avoiding falling debris and bursts of fire. The ventilation system was our only escape.
After crawling through the ventilation, we emerged on the surface. Behind us was only the ruined town and Barry's prison, which was already sinking into flames and water. We were exhausted, but relieved to have made it out alive. However, this was a lesson. Never underestimate our enemies, even if they seem defeated.
Dobie and I are about to tell you one of the most incredible stories that has ever happened to us. It was a true test, full of dangers and unexpected twists. We fought against two powerful wizards, the Fire Mage and the Water Mage, and what happened when they joined forces changed everything. Dobie, why don't you start?
This story still gives me chills. It all began when we received a distressing message from the elder of a small village. The villagers reported strange occurrences, sudden fires, and devastating floods happening simultaneously, which couldn't be explained by natural forces.
We immediately knew something was wrong. Deciding to get to the bottom of it, we headed to the village. As soon as we arrived, the elder met us and explained that these disasters started after two mysterious wizards appeared in the area. One wielded the power of fire, and the other controlled water. They came from opposite ends of the world, but their goal was the same: to seize control over the elements and subjugate all the villagers.
The Fire Mage was cruel and relentless. He burned everything in his path, creating massive walls of fire that were impossible to cross. His flames were so powerful that even stones turned to ash. The Water Mage, on the other hand, seemed to be his complete opposite. He created icy barriers, froze rivers, and summoned mighty storms. But in reality, they complemented each other, and their combined power was incredible when they joined forces.
The elder warned us that the mages were planning to combine their powers to create something far more powerful than either of them alone. If that happened, the world could be on the brink of destruction. We knew we had to act immediately to stop them before they could carry out their plans.
We decided to split up and try to find each mage individually. I headed toward where the Fire Mage had been spotted, while Labrador went in the direction of the Water Mage. As I searched, I saw massive columns of smoke on the horizon and realized the Fire Mage was nearby. I approached the epicenter of the fire and soon saw him standing atop a mountain surrounded by flames emanating from him.
Meanwhile, I made my way through thick fog caused by melting ice. The Water Mage was hiding in an abandoned castle, which he had turned into his icy fortress. As I got closer, I felt the icy cold radiating from the castle walls and knew he was ready for battle. I understood that I had to be careful with him, as he could freeze me in an instant.
When I engaged in battle with the fire mage, it was clear he was incredibly strong. Each of his strikes caused explosions of fire, and I had to use all my agility and skill to avoid his attacks. We fought on the edge of possibility, but at some point, I sensed that he was starting to retreat. It seemed like the fire within him was gradually dying out.
At the same time, I began my fight with the water mage. He used his powers to freeze everything around, creating icy traps. But I was prepared for this. Each time he tried to surround me with ice, I found a weak spot in his defense and attacked. Gradually, he started to lose control over his powers, and his ice became less strong.
And so, our battle with the fire and water mages came to an end. We proved that even in the most difficult and dangerous situations, you can find a way out and win if you work together. Goodbye, everyone!